everybody, it's Amy Dickinson Campbell. It's the Space Weather Report. This time it's the Space Weather Report. All right, guys, this is for Tuesday, the 8th, the 8th of August, and we've got some pretty heavy-duty space weather stuff going on. So let me just get right into that. Okay. So the solar winds are running at 505 kilometers a second, and I got a notification about an hour ago, so they went over 600. So if you're in the air, if you're flying, please be careful. The straight line winds that come off of these extreme solar winds can cause all kinds of problems, especially for airlines. So if you're the person who flies quite a bit, well, we're praying for safety, and make sure that you just pray for safety before you walk on that plane and before you take off. And so definitely pray for safety, and because that'll help. And but we're just monitoring. Right now they've gone back down, so 500 kilometers a second is still reasonable. But if it goes back over 600 and higher, it can cause earthquakes, all kinds of problems with the Earth's crust, and straight line winds, which can cause problems for our planes. So that being said, let me just roll on down here. What we're looking for, the neutron count is still 5.7 below the maximum, so it's still down, which is crazy to me. It seems like we've got this extreme geomagnetic activity and our neutron count is down. So I don't know if there's a correlation or just it just happens to be that way. All right, so remember what I was telling you yesterday, that they were saying that the M-class flares would probably go down, and I said just be advised they probably won't. Well, it looks like they're not. Now, for the next 24 hours, the next 48 hours, they're expecting about a 55% chance of M-class flares, which they're not the most extreme. X are the most extreme, but they're still extreme. And we got an increased chance of 10% for the next 24 to 48 hours for X-class flares. And so those are the most extreme. So those are the ones that are really nasty for skin and everything else. All right, geomagnetic activity is running at about 30 to 35% in mid-lats. So in the mid-latitudes, a little closer to about where we live here. And, not the equator, but more like, where I'm at in Tennessee is more the mid-latitudes. So that's about 30 to 35% the next 24 to 48 hours. And then about a 70% severe activity at the poles next 24 hours. So the poles always get everything. Now, as far as the 8th of August... No, nothing on the radar for potentially hazardous asteroids. So there's that. But let me just tell you what it's saying here about this geomagnetic storm watch. It says the geomagnetic storms are possible, and with 2 CMEs might hit the Earth. And they came off of the sun on the 5th. They're expecting to hit on the 8th. So that's going to be the report I'm doing for right now. And it says one of them is a cannibal CME, which means it eats up the other ones. And oftentimes the cannibal CMEs do us a favor. They gobble up the other CMEs before they can get here, and then they kind of just like fizzle out and do their own thing. Doesn't necessarily mean it will. Doesn't necessarily mean it won't. But the cannibal CMEs are usually helpful, so we'll take that. And so there's potentials of the X-class solar flares and the coronal mass ejections. And so those mean power grid problems, potential earthquakes. If you're in an earthquake-prone area, this can, like I said, those straight line winds can cause disruptions with the Earth's crust. Well, these extreme solar events, like the coronal mass ejections, can cause earthquakes. So if you're in an earthquake-prone area, secure for sea, because you might get a little bumpy. All right, guys. Just stay shaded, stay hydrated, look out for your plants and your animals, your elderly and infirm. Check on each other. Because especially for those who might be a little more sensitive to all this stuff, because it can mess up a pacemaker and all those other kinds of things. And it really does affect people's moods. And it can make you a little bit, out of sorts. I know when the neutron count gets a little heavier, it can make you a little headachy and stuff like that. But right now it's really low, so it's good. But we're getting all the other stuff, which can cause all other kinds of problems. And so if your ATM messes up, just be patient. They'll get the satellites back online, I promise you. But do check on each other, though, because what happens out in space hits us on the planet. And whether or not, I get a lot of people like, well, the Earth is flat. I don't care what you think if the Earth is flat or round. The sun is still out there, and it's still got these things going off of it, regardless of the shape of the Earth. So no matter what shape of Earth you live on, the sun is still affecting us, and it's still causing issues, and we need to be advised and be out there and taking care of it. All right, guys, I'm sending love, and like I said, I love this necklace. It's so cute. Oh, they left Pluto off, but I'm okay with that because this is still really cute. All right, guys, I'm sending love, and you guys have a great one, and I'll see you guys again on Wednesday. Bye.